1, 2, 3, 4, check, check. Cool.
We're just waiting for Taylor back there to finish the interview, and we should be rolling here pretty soon. All righty, here we go.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 Groundhog Day Flatiron Freddy celebration. We're so excited for y'all to be here today, and let us be the first to say Happy Groundhog Day. Woohoo! Yeah! My name is Taylor. I'm with the City of Boulder Open Space and Mountain Parks with our Education and Outreach team.
My name is Lindsay. I'm one of the rangers for Open Space and Mountain Parks.
My name is Lauren. I'm a ranger with Open Space and Mountain Parks.
And I'm Dave. I'm one of the Open Space Rangers as well.
So how many of you have been to a Groundhog Day celebration with us before? Okay, we've got some returners, some newbies. Well, you're all in for a treat today. And if you came here hoping to see a live groundhog, I'm sorry to disappoint, but there will be no live animals here today. Freddy has been very dead for 38 years. And Freddy also isn't even a groundhog. So if you want to learn more about Freddy and his very exciting life, you can check out his exhibit inside of the Ranger Cottage. Now, as tradition says, on February 2nd each year, if a groundhog sees its shadow, then there are 6 more weeks of winter. Yes. If he doesn't see his shadow, then spring is right around the corner. So, are we ready to see what Freddy predicts this year? Yeah. Awesome.
All right, to start out with a couple things, we are going to cover a little bit about the history of Groundhog Day. So some people are probably wondering, where did this tradition come from? Okay, if you got up this morning, one of the things you might have noticed on your calendar, there's probably 4 other observances that are happening today, but they're all related. There's actually something happening in outer space right now, which is actually the grounding of Groundhog Day. There's actually some religious battles that are involved. So it's kind of complicated. If I told you the whole story, it would probably take 3 to 4 hours, but I'm going to try to do it in 10 minutes. Okay, so the first thing I need is I need 5 volunteers to come on up. 5 volunteers. Come on up. We can put my volunteers right over here.
We got 1.
Anyone else?
Anyone? Oh, we got, yeah. We still need 3 more. Come on up. Oh, nice. Great. Thank you for volunteering. Anyone else? We got 1, 2, 3.
All right. So I hand out a few things for y'all, so just hang on to them tight. All right, I need 1 more. 1 more. Anybody think the world revolves around them? Thank you very much. The world is going to revolve around you today. All right. So to explain a little bit, sorry I'm messing up all the media mics here. I'll stay right here. To explain a little bit about what's happening in outer space, I need to tell you a little bit about what happened just back in December. Not too long ago in December, everybody knows that the Earth goes around the sun, right? So here's the center of our universe right here, this little girl. And not too long ago, where's the person that has the winter solstice? Come on over. You can step on over here for me, sir. You can step right here. Not too long ago, on December 21st, we had our shortest day of the year, the least amount of daylight. Good news is that was a little while ago, and we're headed towards, where's the spring equinox? Why don't you step right in front of her and kneel down, right? We're headed towards the spring equinox when we're going to have equal amounts of daylight and darkness. And then in June, why don't you step on the other side, we're going to have our longest day of the year. That's going to be the summer solstice. And then, once you hop in the back, Sarah, about equal amounts of daylight and equal amounts of sunlight. Now, a lot of you are wondering, that's great, Dave, but what does this have to do with the groundhog? This is what it has to do with the groundhog, folks. Today, we are exactly right here. We are exactly halfway between the solstice and the equinox. Okay? Halfway between the solstice and the equinox is where we are right now. And so some people will actually celebrate that today. It's a pagan holiday called Imbolc. And we've been celebrating it. People have been celebrating that for thousands of years. So that's where Groundhog Day starts. Now, people are like, that's great, Dave, but what does it have to do with the groundhog? All right. This is where the religious battle comes in. Let me collect your props here quick. Yep. You want to grab me that big poster? Another thing you might have seen today when you got up, besides Imbolc, is you might see this on your calendar, Candlemas. It's a Christian holiday. A lot of people don't celebrate it anymore. It is actually the celebration of the candles. Back in early Europe, people used to bring candles into church to get them blessed. Sometimes the priest would actually bring candles out to people and give them to them. They were really important before electricity because that was your sole source of sunlight. Okay? Some people say that the Christians tried to cover up Imbolc by making Candlemas. Okay, I'm not going to get into the religious battles, but this is where actually the whole groundhog thing starts. Check this out. This is some literature from early day Europe from Germany. And if you do some research on Candlemas Day, there's a saying that says, "For as the sun shines on Candlemas Day, so far will the snow swirl until May. For as the snow blows on Candlemas Day, so far will the sun shine before May." And so early Europe is full of a lot of literature about Candlemas Day and predicting whether or not we're going to have an early spring or not, depending upon the weather. Now, this is where the animals come in. Eventually, people started to base this tradition on Candlemas Day on whether or not you saw a hibernating animal. Not even seeing the shadow. If you saw a bear, or if you saw a European badger, or if you saw a hedgehog. So some people might actually be looking for hedgehogs today. But they started basing the tradition on that. And then the thing is how the groundhog comes into play, is when all those early European immigrants came over to the United States, there wasn't any hedgehogs. There wasn't any European badgers. So they started basing their tradition on whether or not they saw a groundhog. So we go from the stars to a religious battle to a dead marmot stopping out of a stump. That's the short version. All right.
Okay, if this is your first Groundhog Day celebration with us, then there are a few things that you ought to know. First of all, Freddy isn't a groundhog. In fact, we don't even have groundhogs here in Colorado. So, if we take a look at this handy-dandy map here, we can see that this kind of red blob shows the distribution of groundhogs in the United States. So it's the eastern middle of the U.S. up into Canada. We are this blue star right here. So we don't even have groundhogs where we are. We do have a very similar species, though, which is this yellow blob. And that shows the distribution of yellow-bellied marmots. So we are right on that eastern edge of yellow-bellied marmot territory. And that's what Freddy is. So he's a yellow-bellied marmot.
That's what he was.
Well, yeah, that's what he was. He's dead. So yellow-bellied marmots and groundhogs are very similar. They both hibernate in the wintertime. They have thick coats of fur, eat vegetation, and they live in similar habitats too. Yellow-bellied marmots have sort of a yellow tint to their bellies, hence the name. And groundhogs are usually a little bit bigger. Another misconception that we have to get out of the way is that there are no live animals at our Groundhog Day celebration. Not like Puxatawny Phil on the East Coast. Freddy is very, very dead, and he's been dead for a while, but he still does a very good job at predicting our weather every year. So, are we ready to see what Freddy predicts this year? All right.
All right. So he's in the stump, hopefully, and we are going to do a little dance to get him up, get him going. I'm not quite for sure what's going on in the stump. The last couple of days I've walked by here. I've heard him like building stuff, and I've heard him keep playing the song "Who Let the Dogs Out." So I don't know how he's going to appear this year, but to get him out of the stump, usually we do this little groundhog song, and everybody has to do it. He's peeking out of that little hole right there, and if he doesn't see you do it, he won't come out. So everybody has to do it. All right? So stand up. It's not a hard one. If you've ever heard the song "I'm a Little Teapot," pretty similar. All you have to do is repeat after me. Ready? We're going to do this too. I want to give a shout out to 4 different schools that I know that are watching us on the internet. Miss Cahill in Bexley, Ohio. Miss Minen in Roanoke, Virginia. Mr. Anderson in Idaho Falls. And then this one goes out to the kids up in North Dakota, to Mrs. Wilson class in Minot, North Dakota. So you'll get it here in a second. All right? Everybody ready? Get yourself warmed up. All righty? I'm a little groundhog, short and stout, bushy little tail, short little snout. If I see my shadow, don't you fret. 6 more weeks of winter. Yeah, you bet. That's for the kids in North Dakota. Oh, no. Hey, Fred. Oh, Houston, we have a problem. I thought everybody was dancing. You know, folks, sometimes we have to go in and get them. I'm not going to go in there with my bare hands. So, Lindsay, since you're our safety expert, can you get on this?
I'm on it.
All right.
All right. Sometimes we just have to be like, Fred, are you being a little shy? Oh, Fred, are you being a little shy? Oh, wait. I just remembered. In Ranger Excellence School, I was told that one must adorn proper PPE before going into stumps. We had a whole stumps and holes class, and that was the #1 rule. So, okay, we gotta put on some goggles to make sure that he doesn't gouge out my eyeballs. He's normally nice, but if you wake him up, you know, you never know. And a helmet might be good just in case he tries to chew off my head. And I always have to wear protective mittens. Okay.
Let's get him, Lindsay. Get
We're
in there.
going in.
Be careful. Be careful. You don't want to get bit, right?
Okay. Oh, there's some stuff in here.
Yeah?
Freddy. Oh, what's this? Let's see. Oh, we got this. This pamphlet. It says, City of Boulder Voice and Sight Tag Program. I think this is the pamphlet that talks about how if you take a class and you learn a bunch of rules and your dog is really well trained and you can follow all the rules, then on some trails on our system, you can have dogs off leash. Oh, I think that's what that is. Okay.
We have some of the most liberal dog rules in the United States. I mean, it's a great place to walk your dog, but why would he have this in his stump?
Good
Maybe
question.
he uses it to start a fire or something to keep warm.
I don't know.
All right, get back in there. He's got to be in there. I know he's in there.
Okay.
Come on. Be
We're
careful.
looking.
Be careful.
We're looking.
Be careful. Grab him by the tail. By the tail.
I just can't even find his tail, Dave. Okay, what's this? Ooh, this is one of the volunteer shirts. We have so many wonderful volunteers.
Let me see that.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, you're right, Lindsay. We do have a lot of volunteers. I see some of them actually in the crowd today. One lady was actually asking me about this earlier today inside. We have about 1,000 people 800 to 1,000 people that volunteer for us. They do everything from going up to watching the eagles, letting us know how they're doing with the nest. Some of them work on trails. Some of them work in the visitor center. Our newest group of volunteers are called trail ambassadors, and we actually have dog trail ambassadors. They actually take their dogs out in open space. They walk around, show people what good dog behavior is. They have excellent dogs. And, man, we couldn't do our job without our volunteers. But why would he have this in there? Maybe he covers up with it. I don't know. Get
Great
back in there.
question.
Come on.
All
Get
right.
in there. Get in there.
We're going in. Okay. What else have we got? Is this a dog leash? What is this?
Dog stuff.
What is this?
Dog leash.
A dog leash?
Huh. Well, I don't know. I mean, Freddy's dead. He doesn't really need a leash to walk around anymore because he can't walk. So I don't know what this would be about.
Yeah, that's an odd one.
Yeah, see if there's
Okay,
anything else in
Okay.
there.
Here
I
we
did
go.
see some signs that say you need to have your dog on leash in this area.
True.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he's warning us.
Huh. Oh, here's one. This looks like a super-sized dog poop bag.
Oh, dog poop bag.
It's always good to have a few extras of these. In fact, I'm just going to steal this and put it in my pocket right
Yeah.
now.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
in case,
Well,
because
that
you
makes
never
sense
know.
because he probably doesn't have any indoor plumbing. So
Right. And there are thousands of pounds of dog poop that are left on our system every year. So maybe he's trying to tell us to pick up our dog poop.
That could be.
You should all do that, by the way.
You know, unfortunately, I'm not seeing Freddy, but what do we have here?
Let's see. What is this?
What is this?
Iditarod dog sled race ticket. Okay.
that's the biggest dog sled race in the world. It goes from Anchorage to Nome. Looks like he's got tickets for it. Man,
What?
I just don't get these clues.
What is he doing in Alaska?
Get in there. There's got to be more in there, Lynn. Come on.
Is there more in here? Freddy, where are you?
Oh.
Oh man, it's empty.
It's empty. I don't think he's in here. Or he's way down.
There's no way he would have left us. You know, I guess there's only one
He
thing
can't,
left to
he's
do.
dead.
He might be out here somewhere. If we all get together on the count of 3 and say, Flatiron Freddy, where are you? Maybe he'll show himself. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Flatiron Freddy, where are you?
You guys hear that? Oh my goodness, look on the road.
What's over there?
Wow, we should have known a dog sled. All those clues, man, I feel so silly. Hey, look it. There's a big piece of dog poop. Get on that, Lindsay. Can you get that? Get it. All right, get on it. Yeah, probably left from that little sled dog, the one in the front. He probably left that. It's probably from this guy right here. You got it? Hey, Lauren, where you been?
I'm not going to leave it on the trail, right? I'm going to take this with me. Okay.
All right. So Lauren here is going to unhook Flatiron Freddy. Hey, look, he's got a little scroll. Bet you that's going to tell us what's going to happen here for a prediction. Let's see.
Thank you, Flatiron Freddy.
Come on up to the mic.
All right.
Wow. You know, I don't really see the sun out today. I wonder how this is going to go. What's he got to tell us?
Let's see. Hear ye, hear ye. Attention, ladies, gentlemen, and children of all ages and size. On the City of Boulder Open Space and Mountain Parks on this day, February 2nd of 2024, I, Flatiron Freddy, speaking through the muse of the Boulder Rangers, am very happy you're here today, in person or virtually. After another busy year for all of us, I encourage you all to stay positive, stick together, and be kind to one another. Furthermore, I, Flatiron Freddy, the magnificent marmot meteorologist, the robustest rodent of the Rockies, being of stuffed body and hollow mind, have risen to predict the most important events of 2024. Are you ready to hear it? All right. First off, for those of you interested in betting on the Super Bowl, I predict this. In 24, the Bulls' great fight, Chiefs and Niners in the Vegas light. While the world bets on Swift and Kelsey to falter, Kansas City rises. Their win no one can alter. And now the moment of truth, the moment of hearsay, unfactual facts, hypocrisy, and legend. All right, let's see what he's got to say. I don't see any sun, except for myself. All right, no shadow. I'm not seeing a shadow, right?
Doesn't look like it.
What do you think, Dave? No
Doesn't look
shadow?
like any shadow.
All right.
What's
well,
he got
let's
to
see
say?
what he has to say? It's windy, snowing, getting cold. I think back in my stump I will roll, but I'll toast old Boulder a cup of good cheer because in 6 more weeks, spring will be here.
Wow. Yeah. Except for that big snowstorm that's coming tomorrow. So just. Hey, folks, we really appreciate y'all coming out here today. I know some of you had to skip out of school. Some of you had to skip out of work. If you need an excused absence form, just come and see us. We'll sign that for you. We really appreciate all the media being here today. And just in general, everybody showing up. You know, we're halfway between the holidays and swimsuit season. So what else were you going to do today, right? If you want to get your picture with Flatiron Freddy, we usually will take them and put them on that rock right over there with the beautiful Flatirons in the background. So if you want to do that. Otherwise, for everybody listening online, how about we all say it together before we tune out on the radio, the TV stations? On the count of 3, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Happy Groundhog Day. Thank you very much. Good work.
You too.
They'll be over here if
think
you want your
Drew-
picture with them.
Hey, Dave. You should put them on the slide over here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks.
I love
was
that.
great.